In Little Town, the sun was shining bright. Emi woke up early, brushed her hair, and put on her pastel overalls. Nuna, the little otter with her mint green scarf, bounced happily beside her. Suddenly, the mailman knocked on their door with a very special envelope. It was decorated with glittering stars and rainbow ribbons. Inside, a big invitation read, "Come and join the Politeness Parade today. A celebration of kindness, respect, and joy for all children." Emi's eyes sparkled. A parade about good manners, she thought. That sounds wonderful. Nuna clapped her little paws and twirled in excitement. Together they set off toward the town square, where the parade was about to begin. The streets of Little Town were filled with colorful flags, balloons floating high, and the sound of cheerful music. Families gathered, children waved tiny flags, and everyone was ready for something magical. Emi held Nuna's paw. "Are you ready?" she whispered. Nuna nodded eagerly. The parade began. The first float rolled into view, glowing with golden sparkles. Huge letters on the side read, "Hello" and "Goodbye." On the float, children stood waving their hands. Some shouted, "Hello." Others called out, "Goodbye." Every greeting was full of warmth and joy. Emi noticed how the crowd smiled each time a child waved. The float seemed to shine brighter with every greeting. "Look, Nuna," Emi whispered. "Saying hello and goodbye makes people feel welcome." Nuna nodded and waved to the float with a cheerful "Hello." Soon the second float appeared. It looked like a giant ticking clock with a long magical slide curling around it. Children lined up, waiting patiently for their turn. No one pushed or hurried. One by one they slid down, laughing and clapping. The float glowed whenever someone waited kindly. Emi's eyes widened. Waiting your turn keeps things fair, she thought. It makes games more fun for everyone. Nuna wiggled her tail, imagining herself sliding too. "I want to try," she giggled, but she stayed by Emi's side, learning from the children on the float. The third float came into sight, and it was sweeter than a dream. It was shaped like a candy castle, with lollipops as tall as trees and chocolate roofs that sparkled in the sunlight. Children stood at candy windows, asking politely, "Please, may I have one?" And when they received a treat, they answered with big smiles, "Thank you." Every time those words were spoken, the candy castle shimmered like a rainbow. Emi whispered, "Please and thank you are magic words." Nuna licked her lips, pretending to taste a candy. Magic tastes sweet," she laughed. The fourth float rolled down the street with boxes and shelves filled with colorful toys, soft teddy bears, shiny blocks, bouncing balls, and dolls. Children on the float played carefully, sharing toys and then gently putting them back in their places. None of the toys were broken or lost. The float glowed brighter when the children worked together to tidy up. Emi smiled, remembering the time she cleaned up her room with Nuna. Taking care of toys means they last longer and everyone can enjoy them, she thought. Nuna hugged an imaginary teddy bear and whispered, "Toys feel happy when we care for them." Then came the fifth float, and it was unlike any other. It was shaped like a giant golden ear shining in the sun. On top, children sat in a cozy circle, listening carefully as one child told a story. No one interrupted. They nodded, smiled, and clapped when the story ended. Emi's heart filled with warmth. Listening shows kindness, she thought, and we learn so much when we pay attention to others. Nuna tilted her head, listening as if she could hear the stories too. I like listening, she said softly, because it makes friends feel special. As the final float passed, something magical happened. All the floats lined up together, glowing brighter and brighter. Music filled the air, balloons soared into the sky, and confetti sparkled like stars. The children from every float held hands, and Emi and Nuna rushed to the front of the parade. Together, with all the boys and girls, they sang in one big joyful voice, "Good manners every day, make us shine in every way." The song echoed through Little Town, reaching every corner, every home, every heart. Parents and grandparents clapped along, the sky sparkled with colors, and Emi and Nuna danced in the middle of the celebration. That day, they learned that good manners, like greeting, waiting, saying please and thank you, caring for toys and listening, were not just rules, but little acts of kindness that made the world brighter. And so with happy hearts, Emi and Nuna skipped home, carrying the magic of the Politeness parade in their hearts forever.